Welcome back to the Align Podcast. Great to be with you again, where we have conversations, courageous conversations about how you can make yourself better, grow yourself, grow your practice, grow your business, and really have a better contribution to society. We're here to keep you aligned, and I'm joined as always by my great co-host, Lee Lawton. Good to see you, mate.
Hello, good to see you too, mate. How's things?
Really good, thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Ticking along, keeping fit, training's going really well.
Yeah, I see you smashing it lately.
Always smashing it, on plan as well, which is hard.
Is it PT plan?
Yeah, Craig nutrition.
Yeah,
nutrition plan,
okay. Yeah.
Which has been good. But I just when I've got a really active day, like I just start to fatigue, and trying to stay on plan is tough. So we tweaked a few things, and it seems to be working well.
What is it? Is it like just a natural foods, or like does he tell you what to eat?
So he's telling me. So he gives me variations of what to eat.
Okay.
So for instance, I've got 3 versions of breakfast that I could have.
Okay.
One's rice cakes, nut butter, and protein shake. One's eggs and sourdough, and the other one I rarely have is oats with protein shake. Then I get a morning snack. I get an afternoon snack, and my main meals are like 250 grams of lean meat, 120 grams of sort of carby stuff. And veg.
So
that's what I eat.
Low fat.
There's fats in there. So there is nut butter and then avocados in with lunch.
Yeah.
So the fat is relatively low, but there is some fats in there.
Nice.
But it's good because the meat quantity is big, and I get around my cravings by saying, actually, I'm going to have a big meal, which kind of satisfies my craving.
Yeah, Laura goes to me last night. She just looked, I was sat in the kitchen working at the table, and she looked around and she was like, "Are you cool if we don't have meat tonight?" And I just went, "For what reason? Why?" And she was like, "Yeah, you're right. I'll just put a chicken breast in it." I was like, we can do, but I eat meat. Like lunch, I usually have fish, like a tuna, and then for dinner, we always have chicken or something.
Yeah.
I eat meat every day.
Yeah.
And when she said that, I was like,
Come
on,
what?
Love.
What did you say?
I suppose I can replace it with a protein shake, but I don't know why I would. I was like, "Do we not have any chicken?" She was like, "We do." I was like, "Cook the chicken."
That's hilarious. I did a barbecue on the weekend. It was really cool. We had all the babies over from the NCT group.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cool. Dude, I was like, yeah. And I totally overestimated and cooked so much meat.
Always the way.
Which is cool because I'm eating barbecue food.
I don't think I've
ever
done a barbecue and not overcooked. Like not done too much food. Like
it's
always the way.
I did all that, and what was really cool is one of the guys, Hector, he's really cool. He's from Texas, and he just rocks up with a huge tray of barbecue ribs. Like, "Do you want to warm these up?" I'm like, "Dude, that tray don't fit in my oven." What are you talking about?
If he's from Texas, mate.
Absolute legend, dude.
They home of barbecue.
Oh, they were so good.
Nice.
Cool. So today we're going to talk about showing up prepared.
Yeah.
Often, one of my strongest values is showing up early and prepared. It's a real value of mine. But I messed up on that this week. End of last week, I really messed up on it. And it cost me. It cost me a lot in terms of contribution, and it cost me a lot in terms of potential revenue.
Okay.
So I thought I'd humbly share this story, and with love, because the party involved is probably going to listen to this. But someone reached out to me about coaching, one-on-one coaching, and I knew that I could help their practice and take their practice really to another level. And the impact that I could have would be to influence thousands of more people to come under chiropractic care. This guy's already doing really well in practice, and with a few tweaks could be doing extraordinarily well. So I rock up to the phone call, and the day before, on the Thursday, I'd hit the wall. I really hit the wall hard. Like, it had been a very tough week, a lot of stuff at home, and I was absolutely wiped. But we just recorded that episode on excuses, so I realized I had no excuses. So Friday morning, the alarm goes off at 4:30. I'm like, gotta go. Got up, went to the gym, and I knew I had various things in my diary. And one of those things in my diary was this prospective coaching call, of which I've done hundreds, and it's bread and butter to me. So I got on the call and I did the call. I misquoted him on my fee.
Right.
And when I sent the follow-up email, I honestly replied and said, I'm really sorry I misquoted you on my fee. This is my fee. I can do you this discount. And I felt bad about doing that, and some reflections in that, which I'll talk about. But his knee-jerk reaction was, oh, I didn't expect that. This is, there's like a hidden cost, and trust was completely broken. And he ended up not taking care. The cost to me, like the lifetime value of a one-on-one client, could be up to £42,000. There's a huge loss for me. For him, it could have been £500,000 a year added to his business, massive, and thousands of people seen. So there's a real loss of energy there, and it's all on me. It's my fault. And that's because I didn't show up early. I didn't show up prepared. What I could have done in reflection is I could have rescheduled the call. I could have said, I'm not in the best frame of mind to have that conversation with you today. I could have been humble and rescheduled the call. I could have also, and in my reply back to him, I said, oh, actually, I'll offer, because I told him my old fee structure. So I said, I'll honor my old fee structure, but I could have just done that anyway. I could have done that anyway. So there's a lot of lessons in there, and I've written a blog on it for my audience today. But the main lesson in there is showing up early and prepared. I tell people all the time, you got to practice your scripts. You got to practice your adjustments. You got to be prepared. And Coach Saban, I think it's Coach Saban who says, we don't train until we get it. We train so we can't fail. And that's really where I went wrong. So I just wanted to highlight again that we should really be showing up prepared and have a discussion around what can we be doing to make ourselves better, make ourselves prepared, so we don't fall into these instances where we lose our ability to influence and change more lives, and we lose our ability to earn more income for ourselves. So that's my honest and open story. I fucked up. But I think there's a great lesson in there that we can help our audience with.
Yeah, definitely. And that is the main thing about showing up prepared, is so that you know exactly where you're coming from, what you're doing. It's to stop mistakes like that. But that's how you learn. Like, you learn from your mistakes. So there are going to be times, and like, you've got a lot going on, mate. And that's not an excuse, but you have a new life in your house. Like, it does take its toll. We're not superhuman. So that's where the preparation does come in and make a huge difference, isn't it?
It does. And I suppose I call my associates out on this. Like, I'm like, you need to be so prepared with your reported findings, with your new patients, with your adjustments, that if shit hits the fan at home and you choose to turn up, you can do it blindfolded. Like, I was watching, have you seen Andy, is it Andy Elliott, the sales guy? Who's really trending on Instagram at the moment.
Is he the big bald dude?
Big bald dude, yeah. Like, he's really, he's like, he said it the other day, and it's something I say to my clients, I should be able to say to you right now, do your script, go. And be able to just do your script like that. That's how good you should be.
Yeah.
And this is so that you can serve the person in front of you, regardless of where you are. And I hold my associates to that standard, and I hold my coaching clients to that standard, with the caveat that you said life happens, and if life has happened so much, you can't come in today.
Yeah.
You can't serve your people. And that's why I should have rescheduled that call.
It's then your responsibility on you to recognize that and be self-aware enough to be like, today's not the day.
Yes.
I'm pretty good at that, actually. If I'm not there mentally, I usually am quite aware of that.
Yeah.
And I won't do anything that I feel like I'm not capable of doing on that day, which is absolutely fine. I'll just say that. Like, if you are not in the place and you need to reschedule something, then that's okay. Like, you're not always going to be your best. You always need to strive to be your best, but you're not always going to be your best. That's just unrealistic.
Yeah. And we are like, it's a real good nuance, because I did that. I did a post the other day. I was like, knackered, pushing through. Like, Sarah's like, be true to your audience. Like, be true to them. Like you did take some time, and I did. Like, that day, instead of going to the gym at lunchtime, I met up with Sarah and Sophie. And there's that fine line, isn't there, between, oh, I don't feel like it, excuses, and no, really, I'm not on form to perform.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a little bit of time, do some of the non-negotiables, and come back to that creative stuff tomorrow.
Yeah. And that's why I like the non-negotiables as well, because they are, you can dial them in. Like you say, if one day for your business, the only thing that you can do is to read a really good book that's going to put you in a different mindset and allow you to move forward, do that. If your body's absolutely beaten down because you've been training nonstop, and you best you can do for yourself is 2 walks in nature a day, so be it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to take this moment, because personal development, and I've said this before, is not about being perfect 100% of the time. And if that is where you're aiming for, you probably are setting yourself up for failure at one point or another. But if you can say 80 to 90% of the time, I want to be bang on it, and that other 10 to 20%, it's probably 80-20, like everything else. It's probably 80-20, realistically. And you will get the results that you want. That 20% is not going to mean that you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. It might mean that, I don't even think it will mean that you'll get there slower, because I think that bit of time that you need to take for yourself will allow you to regroup and like recover sometimes, now and again. I mean, like, what's 80-20? So if 3 months is 90 days, it's like, it's a small portion, isn't it?
Yeah, you both do maths, so
shit
I just
at
kind
maths.
of...
But do you know what I mean? If it was 100 days, it would be 20 days out of the 100 days, which seemed, the reason I stopped was because I was working out and I was like, 20 days off in 100 days. That is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So maybe it's not 80-20. Maybe you need to work 90%.
But, well, actually, no, I would split that into the day, like split it into the day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In the day. So for instance, so I had someone reach out to me, like they want to come and observe the practice. I said, what do you want to get out? He says, I love your work ethic. I love, and I'm like, cool. Come and see how productive we are. It's not grind, it's productivity. Like, for instance, today, I've got a lot on this morning because I'm taking the afternoon off with my family. Like, there is, and that's being prepared. Like, every Sunday, I set and I prepare my entire week. I'm prepped. And if I show up early, I show up prepared, then I can take that time to dial back. Yeah. And if I've set my week out like that with the dial back time in, and I have a day where I'm like, I'm just not on it today, I can shift things around and move them into space. Yeah.
It's not about being busy, is it?
No,
it's about being productive. Yeah.
And it's the bullshit that's been really, and it's starting to change, but I hate it. How are you doing? Not too bad.
Yeah, me too.
How's life? Busy, busy. I'm like, really? Like, people are just saying they're busy and they're not too bad, which essentially they're saying double negative.
Yeah.
So they feel like shit.
Yeah.
And they're just busy chasing their tail. Like, that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear you had a great day. It's been productive. What's been the best bit of your day? X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. If someone says, how are you doing? I say, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, not too bad is like, well, what the fucking hell? What's the point?
It doesn't mean anything. It's hilarious. Like, if you try and translate that, it's hilarious.
Not too bad.
I'm bad.
Be better. Like you're doing something that's not ideal.
But
some people say, "Oh, I'm still upright," and I'm like, "Oh my god, fuck me."
But words have such connotations, don't they? Like if you're saying not too bad, you are saying to the world that you are
bad, but not too bad that you can't handle it.
But really interesting, like we talked on the previous episode about meditation and consciousness. It doesn't know those nuanced words. No. All it knows is the main action words. Bad.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah,
I'm bad.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like, I'm not going to get in a car crash today.
Yeah.
Well, you're probably going to get in a car crash today.
Yeah, and that is a massive thing. The way that you word the affirmations and things that you're going to say. Like if you've got a fear of flying or something and you're going on a flight, and you're like, I'm not afraid of flying. I'm not afraid of flying. You fucking are afraid of flying because you're saying afraid and flying. Yeah. Like, be careful what you say.
It's really interesting. Like, it's little teaching lesson here for chiropractors, like little things where your patients are getting better. And oftentimes they're on a frequency of care, let's say 2 times a week or 3 times a week, and they're getting better. So you say, oh, you're doing really good, so I'm going to drop you down to twice a week. Like, I'm going to drop you down.
Yeah, it's not the right word.
It's not the right word. I'm going to graduate you. You're doing great, so I'm going to graduate you to once a week. Better, Like, little things like that. Language is so important when you're working with people.
Yeah. Also, being prepared, turning up prepared is not just about each day. It's about in the longer scheme, grander scheme of things as well. Like, as we mentioned in the changes episode, and I'm not going to fearmonger or anything, but be prepared. Like, look around you, look what's going on in the world, look at things that you think might happen. Take what we've said in previous podcasts and dive into them yourself, and be prepared for you and your family in the grand scheme of things as well. It's just as important as
100%. And that starts with you.
Yes.
It starts with you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for listening and watching if you're on YouTube. The subscribers are going up very steadily. Did you see the other day we had 33 videos and 33 subscribers on YouTube?
Cool. Love that number.
But we do want that to grow. So please do subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube. And if you are on the podcast, please head over. As always, sharing and reviews mean the world to us. So please share with friends, drop us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Both of those are growing really nicely. We've got some really good reviews. And thank you for listening, and we will see you and speak to you in the next episode. Thanks, Tom.
Cheers, Lee.